After democracy was won in South Africa in 1994, a promise by the new ANC government was to deliver housing to the poorest of the poor. Delivery on this promise has been slow, with large shacklands still very much a part of South African life. 12 years later, loyal and patient shack-dwellers all over the country are mobilizing against what they perceive to be a new oppression. The shack-dwellers movement Abahlali BaseMjondolo evolved in Durban, a city on the east coast of South Africa. It incorporates various informal shacklands in and around the city. Using the might of their united numbers, Abahlali is mobilizing against slow delivery and relocations planned by the municipal councillors. The following film was shot over 3 months, late 2005, documenting their continuing struggle.
Sometimes when the people bend, we're supposed to call the councillor to help the people. So only thing you give the people, it's a Breyani. No, nothing. You don't mind you go to the toilet or you haven't got toilets or you sleep outside. And when they're sitting with the city councillors, they don't talk about work. They don't worry the people are working, how you can live if you don't work. I think the people must get housing and the job. And the toilet must be done. So big, he didn't do nothing. We told Big he must go out. We don't want him. You see the toilet? Even this toilet, children are playing with worms. 5 years they never did nothing. So because we are starting the marches now, they only rush to come and clean this toilet. So ne cancel and salting.
Asilifundi asilicabangi futhi asilifundi cancel.
Ngoba lenza ngani?
Alisenzeli lutho la. Sihlalo
dakeni.
Buka nje uBreyani uphezulu buka izindle sihlele kuzona. Uhleli nengane ingane yayo sinengane sizele sihlele emjondolo kanje. Buka nje kumaguma nje uthi uhlele kahle eflatini lapha yena. Ngithi uhlele kahle eflatini. Yena uhola enkulu imali ngathi. Kodwa na ayikho into ayenzayo.
Akanaki.
Akasinakile thina ufuna imali kuphela yena. Cha kuphela. Phela into enzo ile cancel lethu alazi lutho icancel lethu ngathi siyahlupheka la thina asinamsebenzi alenzi lutho kule minyaka o5 ngeke into esenzela yona ama toilet toilet aphi ngathi sinama toilet thina toilet aphi njoba silana nje toilet njoba silana ngathi toilet ingane mayifuna ukubhosha nathi ibhoshe lepoweni uyahamba uyochitha le emgqonyeni uzochitha kephi
wena
nawe usothi ubhosha aphi la sibhosha emaplastikini la ngoba leli council athatha ama toilet asibhosha indawo la thina.
Some of them are unhappy, but others are just as keen to come out here because of the opportunities this area will offer them, and the fact that they would have a formal house with proper sewerage and water and so on, and electricity. The job situation will come, but you know, We cannot have an ideal situation where we give them a house and a job that goes with it. But that will follow. We're very optimistic. And we're trying to create a condition or situation where they can latch onto jobs soon after relocation here.
We have small children, but there's no toilet. The children can't use the toilet because there's 300 people using that same toilet. So the adults can't use the small for toilet for the small children. The adults use this toilet and the children too use this toilet. Only one toilet for 300 people and the children too. So we're tired. That's why we don't want big. Only one toilet for 300 people. That's why we're angry. We don't want big anymore. Big must go. I think we bury him. We don't want to wake up again.
Abahlali BaseMjondolo grew as different informal settlements mobilized to protest against the councillors. A symbol of a coffin was used in the marches to signify the death of their need for that councillor.
You know what? This thing is good because there is no light in the Chondolo and there is no water. They're living in the suburbs.
Yes, we're fighting for our rights. Yes.
300 people apply for the electricity and they never get electricity because they say sometimes they're gonna move us.
We, the people of 125, Democrats and loyal citizens of the Republic of South Africa, know that this country is rich because of the depth of our land to meet our basic needs, for putting local business interests ahead of the poor, and for treating the poor and the popular Democrats with contempt. We therefore demand that Councillor Yakubek, a career politician with a history of working for apartheid government, announce his resignation within 2 weeks. We further demand that if Beg does not resign, we ourselves will declare that Ward 25 does not have a councillor.
All this place haven't got no electricity. So the people are using this kind of stove with paraffin and candle. So that's why the people burn every day, because they're using the paraffin and the candle. And if they burn, Bake doesn't do nothing, only come with Breyani for the people.
Yes, you can even come inside here and take some. You can see the candles and paraffin stove, which is the male one causes some, burning of the shacks. Now they also refuse to give us electricity because they say we live in a jungle. Mr. Panchu also is running away from us. He doesn't want to provide us with anything. Instead, he just tell lies and say, I'm at a meeting somewhere. The office is always closed. So we don't know really what we can do with it.
Office le council alivalwe. Council lisebenzani mengabe office layo livaliwe. Ngizowenza sifika la ekseni ngo 9:30 ekseni. Till to 3 o'clock office livaliwe. Kodwa kuthiwa i-council enjalo elivale office. Uthi usemeeting. Emeeting lapho atho njalo aqamba amanga. Uma nje ufika yenye imoto esingayazi lana alikaphakathi uzosibheka ukuthi sikhona la.
Antarisha ama-phones masisi akasinikeze imininingwane kabhaju akafuni ukusinikeza ama-answer akabo ukuthi ubhaju uphi ulibe esitshela ukuthi usemithingini kwafika namaphoyisa asitshela ukuthi asihambe asazi ukuthi senze njani manje okukhulu-ke kunakho konke nje makuvotwa asivoti. Now we came to close the office.
Want the keys from?
Why you want the keys from Batu?
We don't want the council. We want to take the keys away from him. We don't need him anymore.
Looted him to the ground because they were upset because they didn't think they were getting a fair deal on housing. We've seen, just in the last year, I can't tell you how many of protests in informal settlements in Johnson. So what's going on?
When I took over, most of them, 70% have now been rehoused to formal houses. The settlements that are there have got toilet facilities, they've got water, they've got lights. And still some of those guys came and marched at my office.
A very strong warning. Mjondolo every week. The only thing in return, Breyani and Martin staff amabili nalo blanket ongasi. Amanza.
If you want something, you must work hard for it.
Yes, we are doing it.
That's okay. But you doing it there now, you come here every day, you can sit here, I got no problem with that.
I get the rumors that your office is sometimes closed. I get the rumors, I'm not sure. But Beki's office is closed. I can tell him, my councillor Bek. And we buried him last month.
People to Verley have moved, to Verley. And these people have been allocated houses. If they want, they can move tomorrow or today.
Where?
But the problem is, you see, that is transport.
They're working in the city. Their kids are schooling there. For them, this
most
would
of
be
these
the
people
middle of
around here
nowhere.
all are working in the cities.
Which people?
All this across the road, the name that's Phoenix.
Yeah, but if you consider these people probably earning like what, 200-300 rand a month?
No.
And the travel expenses are going to come to something much
more
more than that? Little warning is given to shack dwellers about the confusing relocation procedures. Shacks can literally be torn down around them and they are left homeless.
Supplied with houses, but half of the community is not supplied with houses, but they're still breaking the people's houses because they said there wasn't the application form wasn't signed. They broke her house and they asked her to live in one of their relatives' house. At the moment, she's got no place to stay.
Her sister, who is actually a visitor, was in the house by that time.
If you didn't put your signature down to agree that you're going to be moved out, then they're throwing you anyway. They break your house and they expect you to live in the bush or something.
We keep on calling Amandla awethu. Power is for the people. In vain. How long shall we call Amandla awethu in vain? I suggest we suspend the so-called Amandla up until it becomes ours. I am afraid that we fool ourselves when we call Amandla awethu, whereas Amandla does not belong to us. If Amandla were ours, we wouldn't be living in such conditions. If Amandla begu awethu, we would be having a proper electricity and proper housing like all human beings. So I'm afraid that we fool ourselves when we call Amandla awethu.
700 people using this tap, and it's so very hard when it's raining because people from down there must go up for the water. It's very hard if it's raining because every people from down they must come to this tap. They only put the tap here on top and the other side on top. It doesn't care about that people are living down. You don't think if it's raining how hard it is to go with 25 liter in your head.
To
They have unlimited supply of water. There's a standpipe
So what
there,
party is it?
and each within different, a number of standpipes in the district there.
So we had
and they have access the whole day and night. There's water.
inatsika le i-ofisi siyalivala 5 years asimazi ukuthi uyenzani la akenzi formal.
Enough is enough. This is a year of action. We don't want to pay.
Abahlali planned a mass march to Durban City Hall on the 14th of November 2005, leaving from Foreman Road settlement. Hundreds of people arrived on the day, but approval for the march, without a clear reason, had not been granted.
Ngazela isimo ukuthi sime kanjani kufika la kade sithume uSimiya ukuthi akayosizamela ipermit ezosenza ukuthi siye kubaba umlaba. Ubaba umlaba uyasicindezela mphakathi. Phansi ngabacindezeli phansi. Phansi ngabacindezeli phansi.
So we're not having any much, we're going to go back to our houses.
You see now how much I'm lost now for today.
How much?
Today. I'm lost 80 rand, I'm lost today.
Indaba kungabi nje nabantu abaningi abantu bayasaba sabudaka yazi nje iningi into engazishoda angikwazi ukukhuluma indaba la kube nodaka
Kodwa comrades ngeke ngilimoshele isikhathi senu. Comrades akufomen bambana umzabalazo ningaphela amandla. Iyona lento singanqobi. Uyasho ungqulunga. Ma comrades asubambeni umzabalazo musani ukuphela amandla. Umlaba umcindezeli. Phansi ngabacindezeli phansi.
culmination of weeks of tension between the former road informal settlement residents.
Finally, the struggle broke at national level on South African TV. Promises have been made to address the problems. South Africa had local elections early 2006. Councillors Baig and Bachu are still in power.
Community activists have threatened to boycott the upcoming local government elections. The previous attempts by the residents to get permission for a protest march were quashed by city officials.
It's funny how you should say that when you're under the biggest umbrella in the stormiest of weather. And it's funny how you should say that when you snap your fingers, click your toes, anything goes. Funny how you should say that sitting on top of the mountain, controlling all of the fountains. Funny how you should say that when your stomach seems to be breathing while your speeches are misleading. Grass is only greener if you practice what you preach. You can only be a teacher if you live by what you teach. Grass is only greener if you practice what you preach. You can only be a teacher if you live by what you teach. It's funny how you just did that when you throw your habit into the street, then spend the night cleaning your feet. It's funny how you just did that when you hurl abuse in the wrong direction, turn around and look for affection. Funny how you should say that when you paint your face with the Constitution, still the kid's got no solution. Funny how you should say that when you call for peace and calmness, your white beach is rather harmless. Grass is only greener if you practice what you preach. You can only be a teacher if you live by what you teach. Grass is only greener if you practice what you preach. You can only be a teacher if you live by what you teach. Grass is only greener if you practice what you preach. You can only be a teacher if you live by what you teach. Oh, the